student table. So first I'll take it as columns which are nothing but roll number, and second one is section, and third one I'll take it as a name, and fourth column would be marks. So these are my columns. I thought of taking the four columns. Yes, so it comes to the first roll number. I'll take it as a 101, and section A, name something you can take it. So I'm taking a swimming, and the marks, let's say 699. So let me create the another row, 102 A, 599. So I'll take the another column which is again 101, and let me take the another one which is nothing but a 102. So it's look, both the are same like a redundant type. So take the marks as a 571 or anything like 563. Okay. So what I want to do, what my question is, I want to record into course table. I want the records into the course table. So what the query I will write? I'll write is insert. Right. So it is nothing but insert into course. So values would be, so you can take any values, and so what would be the course name? I'll take it as a Java, and duration I'll take it as a 6 months. Start date would be 21/02/2000. So can you guess it, does it accept if I do like this? So I have a database Oracle. It date format would be DDYY and MM. But in MySQL, when you are inserting the date value, what is the date format we have to be know and what it will accept. Every database will not accept the same date format. Am I right? Yes. So YYY hyphen MM hyphen DD. That the date format in MySQL. From database to database, what happened? The date format will be different. You have to be know before writing the queries. Otherwise, you have to be check what is the date format. My database, it is a Oracle worker tool like that. What is the date format I have to use? 21 here 21 February dash 2024. So this is my date format and this is the correct format. You got, I hope you understood. So I'll tell the another way. We have four columns and first column course ID, yes, start date and the course name, duration, right? We have to be remember this. I know the columns and I don't know the order. So if I give like duration first and Java course and ID and the date, so I know the columns are there, but I have no idea like how the order is. So I'm randomly giving like first course. So for this, the better way, what we have to be type is, so we can do like this. Even though if we don't know like what are the columns, um, we have to be aware of the columns. But if we know the columns, like which one will come first, so we have to be make it. Or you can make the another way how writing the query. So write like this: insert into course. First one will be course ID, course ID, and duration. Next would be the course name and start date, right? Start date. So what are the values I'm going to be stored? Values. So I hope you're getting and it is clear what I'm saying. So my table name is course. And what are the columns? I don't know the exact order, but I'm telling this randomly. Course ID, duration, I know, course name, and in the real table, course name is the second column. But I don't have idea. I know these four columns are there, the columns and then values. This is a better way of, especially the table is big, having more number of columns are there. So you can go for this, right? So what are the values? So what are the values I have to type first? Course ID, right? So 1002. Course name or duration? Actually, in the table it's course name, but in my mention columns it is a duration. So duration 5 months. You got it right. So I'll give as a Python FS. Next date. For example, 25th Feb iPhone 24. If you know the exact columns, you can go with like adding any data which comes in your mind. So it would be easier that you cannot be struggle for this one. So it is okay. So this is like another way to write our queries. You have typed the columns names and then data. The difference is here I'm not providing any column names here, but I'm providing the values, columns names. You can use either this query or you can use this query. So like this insert query will work. So basically I'm giving lot of queries are there, and especially when you go to the self query there are so many things. But it's not a Oracle session to explain all this, but you probably might know all this. So I will give some idea, otherwise the course will get ego like lagging. So whatever the queries which is required, I'll try to explain, and you can also try it, so it would be easier for you to understand. So next, coming to the fourth one. Okay, so what I'll do, I want to update. Okay, I want to update the duration of all courses. You're getting it right. I want to update all duration of all courses. Duration. I want to update duration of all courses which are just starting in the month of February. In the month of February. So let's try to write the query for this one. I want to update the duration of all courses which are starting in the month of February. So let's do this. How to write the query for this one? So here it is like little bit feel it would be a tough, but we can do this. Okay. So as you can also try it, and let me just write the query for this one. Yes, as you have already guessed it, right? So the query I would write like this: query one. So for this one, so we have two ways to write this query, like updating of all courses we're starting in the month of February. So how do we do that? So an update. Okay, so let me mention update table course set duration. Okay, set duration. How many months? Which is nothing but the 4 months. Okay, so 4 months where start date will start date like. So like is one type of operator, right? So how we have to be right in the percentage feb percentage. So close with colon. So another way writing this query two. So this is the query two. So how we have to be do this second query, update table, update table course set duration is equal to how much? It's 4 months. 4 months where start date where start date between 1st February 2024. I'm just randomly giving the date, so don't go for it. Whatever you feel convenient, you can write it. So 229 February to 24, right? So like this you have to be writing query. And the another third way of writing this query, third way, query in example in the third way, how to write the same query, like update. Again it would be an update. Okay, update table course, table, what is our table name, course, set duration is equal to how many, 4 months, right? 4 months, where here we have a function called toChar. So how does it work? Month value from the date. So it starts with date. So we have to be check whether it is a February or not. So now what is the month? February, right? So we have to be practice this one. February. Okay, so these are the three ways of writing the queries. So that we have to be aware of this one. Right. And also if we can practice the another query which is I want to get it display. It's like a fifth question. So my fifth question is, okay, I want to display the student name who got the highest marks in each section. Right. So let me just try to write this query. Display the student name who got highest marks. As you have already got the highest marks, so you know the table, right? So if you somewhere I wrote here, so this is the my student table, right? Who got the highest marks, so that we want to get it displayed. If you take the section A, which student got the highest marks? Sunil, 699, right? In the B section, who got the highest? Suraj. Okay, it is so here what happens? So Sunil belongs to the section A, and in section B, Suraj, Suraj, right? He got the highest marks, 571. Simultaneously, who got the highest marks? Sunil and Suraj. In section A, Sunil. In section B, Suraj got the highest marks. You got the hope you understood this query. So let's so how in each section, okay? In each section, as you understood like what is the requirement, how we have to be get the highest marks in the table. So I'm hoping that got got who got. Okay, so how we have to be write this query, as we have already understood. So let me write it. So how we have to be start with the select query, right? Okay, caps lock on select name, and what is the another column? Section, right? Name, section, and maximum, how max marks. So we are using the aggregate function to call it, like to count the maximum mod, so that's why we have to be always use it in the parenthesis when we are using the aggregate functions. So max marks, how much? So we are just focusing on the marks, right? Who got the highest marks? So that's why I have to be mentioned in the aggregate function in the parenthesis marks column as highest, marks. So I'm giving the name as a highest mark. So you have to be put it in the, when you are rewriting this column name, so you have to be mention it in the single quote, and from which table, student table. You have to be mentioned group by. Whenever we are using the aggregate function, must and should we have to be using group by only, not the order wise, that we have to be using the select functionalities. So this is the way of writing the query. So we will see another many queries in the next sessions. So what it will give you, the name of the student, section, and maximum marks, how highest marks in the display output. In the display output, so what would be the column name once we get the output? So highest marks, right? So marks will be converted into the highest marks. So this is the column I want to get in display. Sunil, section A, highest mark 699. In that way the result will be displayed. So you got the clarity. So this type of queries we have to be get practice. Some sub queries, join queries, right? Join queries means we have inner join, outer join, in again left outer join, right outer join, full outer join. So that is called the full join, right? We have to be get the data of outer join, joining the table by inserting these values. Join queries we have to be get it practice before going to the JDBC. In further classes it would be helpful to, when we are writing JPA, Hibernate, Springboard, Data JPA. So these type of queries will useful. I hope you understood. So here let's move to the another. See, we have to be check the other functionalities and writing the queries.